My dad took my mother to the hospital in a cutter, and it was very, very cold. I was born in January, and there was a lot of snow, and it was about 16 miles to go by horses to the hospital. I've gone back to the old farm homestead several times.
We must have driven out west to Saskatchewan, where he's from, at least 3 or 4 times. And I don't know if you've ever driven to Saskatchewan, but it's a very long drive. Not a lot to see, but he just loved the prairies and loved where he came from.
The little house that my dad had built is still there, and the little barn that my dad had built was still there.
His father died when he was quite young, and Emil had to leave school in order to help to run the farm. I mean, every sod that's been turned, every fence post that's been put in, I mean, it has his touch on it.
When the chores were done and schoolwork completed, the favorite hangout of the day was the local dance hall, and Emil was one of the best, at least according to a young, attractive local beauty known then as Burl Patterson.
Oh, great dancer, still is.
I can remember going to Bolton dances every Saturday night. It cost you 75 cents to get in them times, and you could buy a hot dog for 25 cents and a pop for 10 cents, so if you had $1 in your pocket, you were in pretty good shape.
His specialty was polka.
Usually the girls sat down one side of the hall and the boys sat down the other side of the hall. And so if you went and danced with the girl, everybody had their eyes on which one you were going to pick and which one you went to, whether you got turned down or whether you got accepted as a dance. It was a lot of fun.
The poor girls only had about 10 guys to choose from, so everybody lucks out then, you know.
They're an amazing dance couple. They can whirl around that floor like no one I've ever seen.
Some say it was love at first sight. Others suggest it was Emil's famous hootenanny high step that sealed the deal. Whatever it was, in 1958, Beryl and Emil forged a partnership that was truly made in heaven.
I suppose he proposed in a way, but it wasn't normal. Nothing spectacular.
I don't think he would be where he is without her. They would go to a function and my dad never forgets a face. Never forgets a face, but the name, my mom is always there with the name.
How does a dairy farmer with a growing family turn to a life of politics? Let's find out.
The kids always pitched in and helped. They were great. They always loved the farm. But he always had an interest in politics.
Really, it was amazing that Jean and Paul and Mary, they really raised Susan. I don't think Burl and I really did.
Being the 4th child, there's not a lot of photographic memories. There's no photos of me as a child, but tons of photos of everyone else. Everyone who taught my brothers and sisters taught me. Same grades, same levels, and they also taught my nieces and nephews. So it's a very small community. You can't, no missing classes.
I don't think I ever thought I'd be a politician.
We were all a lot younger, and we all wore our Herb Tarlick coats and wide ties and did the thing, colored shirts.
We campaigned, especially when he was running for mayor. We would walk the streets, different areas, dropping off pamphlets, dropping off flyers, door knocking. Yeah, that was fun.
You have to appreciate that in those days, political office was a form of volunteerism. I mean, you went to other people in the community and you said, I think that I'm crazy enough to do this, so why don't you elect me? And away you'd go. You wouldn't particularly get paid money for it.